something.
Or he's a fucking tard. We're live on YouTube right now.
All right.
Fur Express.
Let's get Link back up here because he was in the middle of a good conversation and I got sidetracked by.
I sent him a link, but he's slow as molasses. And he was on his. He did go back over to his computer too, which.
Yeah.
I'm blowing this phone up right now.
Oh goodness! Excuse me.
Okay, in StreamYard, in the chat now we have somebody asking why new, and it's six number. It's there's three.
I'm gonna pop out the chat.
Hang YouTube. On, Brad just asked where we went, so let me get him in here.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Now my fucking YouTube won't open.
So in the new stream, in the StreamYard stream, I see Marty and Fur Express and Brad.
Okay, I don't see anybody anywhere because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm trying to get back to my channel. And
are you streaming on just YouTube, or are you going out to something else, Facebook, Twitch, or
just YouTube? Okay. I think.
All right.
Oh, what the hell is going on? Why am I seeing Link by himself in a stream somewhere? What the?
Don't know.
Okay, there I am live on YouTube.
Did you send Link the link?
I sent Marty the link. I sent Brad the link. I sent Link the link.
Link the link.
They're not even paying attention to the goddamn email or their message. None of them are. Oh, I can't find you. Where the hell are you? You're over here. I missed it. Okay,
goodness.
Is this hi guys? Okay. Marty, not Mary.
Okay,
Marty.
There's Link in the chat in YouTube.
Hey, he's in the chat. Why don't he get in the goddamn link?
So click your Facebook Messenger link and Marty and Brad and come and join us if you want.
There, I already sent the link to it. I sent all three of them the link.
Hi, Sophia. Okay, Brad said he'll be listening.
Hi, Sophia. Satoshi Sukiyaki. What the fuck?
And there's Rhonda. Yeah, we had to do take two, unfortunately. If you didn't know what had happened, is Paul posted the link to join the stream. Somebody came in, pretended to be somebody else, and in Restream, once somebody is, correct me if I'm wrong, Paul, is invited to the stream, there's no way to kick them out. So he was in private chat. Well, we could take him off video, but he was in private chat making all sorts of comments. And I feel bad because Link was in the middle of a good story, and my brain was going back and forth because every time this person put something in private chat would pop open, and we'd see what he would say over and over again. And unless it was Marty causing trouble. Those Nova Scotians.
I got the IP address here.
Marty.
And now I'm going to scrub it. I'm going to scrub the IP from my address and everybody else's address so I don't have it mixed up.
Let's see, he's on a VPN.
And I've got, if he's on a VPN, I can't do nothing. It could be Nova Scotia and he's right across the street.
From Russia, yeah.
I've got your IP address. I've got my IP address, so I don't have to worry about them too. I didn't capture links. So if he get back in the goddamn stream, I could get it.
You know, I have VPN software. I'm not running it now. I don't care.
I do too.
I'm not going to worry about it. But
he finally figured it out. Look at that.
Oh my God! Listen to this man.
Well, what the hell? How hard is it to go to Messenger? Click on the link to get back in.
You know how big the letters are giving me directions? They're very tiny. They're like this big.
You read messages every day. You send this message, I send something back. What are you talking about?
If you can make it halfway across the country to the Dandy House.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
And Rhonda's telling you to turn your phone again. Will you please?
oh, yes, right away. God, you make me jump.
He's very obedient.
Yeah, that's how I was brought up. So, oh God, I just did a loop-de-loop there. I just saw myself loop on the other screen.
So we had a guy come in, Brad. We had a guy come in.
Something about lung cancer. All right,
Yeah, forget that. Will you forget about that?
I thought
because
that's
it was
what
smoke.
he was doing.
Shut up. It's because I was smoking. But he
And
came
I'm
in.
not.
Oh my God.
He was just trying to trigger
This
us.
guy comes in May. I'm going to put him out in the goddamn cemetery. I really am.
So speaking of driving up, another interesting thing for me, and I'm thinking if it's interesting for me, maybe it'd be interesting for other people, is maybe showing where Mike's car went off the road and where other people are having problems. Yeah. Because I think in another video link,
that's
you did a 2-minute ride up to, I don't know what the names of the roads are.
Yes.
It's very interesting where Mike went off the road. And if I stand at the edge of that, at the edge of the road, you can see
Paul's
that
book.
It's straight down.
Written by him.
Hey, I'm a moron. Write a book, you piece of shit, if you're watching.
I've written what, a 500-page book?
6, but
525-page book.
Yeah, I still want a copy.
And this is
of the long.
This is another one about the same house.
Because I want that.
And these aren't fiction.
Yeah.
That guy was.
They're narratives of what they experienced.
He's gonna be.
Right. Okay. I like that. I like that wording. Yes. And I don't experience that here. Well, I had a little trouble after I read Clara's book. Go figure. And I set the story straight. Are we being followed again or something? You know, you guys are looking at something I don't see.
No, I'm just reading both chats because
I can't see whatever you guys are looking at. I don't know which.
I'm reading. Somebody is standing behind Link. Where is what?
Who's standing behind Link?
What?
A Green Bay Packer is standing behind Link. Look out. Okay.
What is Brad talking about? Stop looping. What is he talking about?
Looping.
That I don't know.
Brad, where's Brad?
He's Hoosier.
Hoosier hillbilly.
I'll be right back.
I don't. I'm an international spy. Start using a VPN.
22.
Yeah, he's going to use a VPN or something, he said. Yeah, I read about that. I guess I need a VPN.
I use a VPN on my phone, and I use a VPN on here sometimes, depending on what I'm doing.
Oh,
when I'm hacking, I use a VPN because I don't want to be caught. I can say that because they can't prove I've ever hacked anything. I'm just pretending, right?
I'll speak theoretically and say if I'm maybe downloading a TV show or a video, I would use a VPN. I'm not saying I do that because it's illegal, right? It is
right.
But if one were to do that, a VPN would be a smart thing to have.
Depending on what you're doing, it's illegal to hack. It is illegal to hack, but if you're hacking things like that piece of stain, that very cold bowl of oatmeal who thought he was cool, then that's fine. People don't realize.
Sleep well.
Good night, Sophia.
All right, honey, I love you.
Why are you so insistent that he was hacking something and that he wasn't just watching?
He wasn't hacking. I was hacking. Why don't you listen?
Oh, I thought you meant he was hacking.
He was being a douche.
Yeah, well, they're all over nowadays.
That's true. And the internet makes it easier to be one.
So,
Link, you were in the middle of a story when this person started just incessantly putting things in chat.
I didn't even see the messages.
Yeah, well, you're on your phone, so you wouldn't.
Right, but I'm looking back on it's the other one. What did he say about me?
No, I didn't say anything about you, but you were saying something about
Oh, I believe that the part that of the noise is still there. And the light is still there. The light issues. Yeah, you're loony as they come.
That's what Marty said.
Oh, Marty said your shirt says it. Yeah. Then mine is just out in space. Yeah, the light thing is still there. Clara and Paul talked about lights. I've seen more than 2. And with the sounds that don't belong, I've witnessed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 now. And only going there about 2 years. So the noise, but it doesn't emanate from it might emanate from the basement. On the videos I made that I uploaded today, where I concentrated on the noise, I don't know where it was coming from listening to it on a webcam. So I don't know where the noise is coming from, but when I was at home watching Clara's bedroom 2 years ago, and the tire squealing, but no motor. All you hear is tire squealing. And whenever you're watching a Hollywood movie, tires squeal, and then you hear a 67 Chevelle or some stupid car that everybody liked to drive back then. I was too young.
But you heard tires squealing when there was no pavement up there yet.
Right. But you also, when you hear tires squealing, and I find this very interesting, you always hear a motor to go along with it. Well, there was no motor, just the tires were squealing. With the music, no one was singing. I couldn't recognize the genre, and there was no percussion. So there's little bits and pieces, and I figure this out. I figure more of it out. I figure more of it out when I'm at lunch at work, and I'm zoned out of work, and I'm walking, and I'm like, that music didn't have any percussion. It didn't have any percussion. So it, like elevator music, I guess they don't have drums and stuff, but yeah. I figure out more and more stuff, and I figured out about the tire squealing. There was no motor. And whenever you hear tire squealing, there's always some kind of motor noise in the background also. So that's why I think it was made up by the entities, because they may only have the capability to make, I don't know, maybe they can't do they can mimic what we do, but they can't do it exactly like we do. Like the people that were seen in the aliens that were seen in Snowflake, the whatever his name was, I can't remember. I have his book where he was brought up into the UFO. The people look similar to us, but they can't get it right. Whatever, UFOs, entities, whatever it is that we also have with us, amongst us, they can't get it right. You can tell that those people aren't us. So I think it all goes it may go hand in hand. Yeah, they can make tire squealing, but they're missing the motor part. And it was so plain as day for somebody who's fast in the brain. They would have picked that up right away. But it took me a little while, and I went, yeah, I didn't hear any motor.
You keep talking, I'm doing something else.
All right. Has any credible person heard a wagon or horses or something like that?
I've heard somebody say they heard, not somebody, a few actually said they heard wagons up there. But see, that's where it comes into craziness for me, because how can inanimate objects come back from anywhere?
Well, that's why I think they're being reproduced. Like Clara was being harassed with an ambulance in the basement. There's no ambulance. There's no cop car down there going round and round in the basement.
Yeah.
Well, no,
It's being reproduced.
And why a large Asian gong?
Yeah. You read it. You read it word for word.
Why?
You read it to harass them.
But why pick that noise? Like I could see when Phil said it sounds like it's a GD baby downstairs. They're going to hurt the GD baby.
Yeah.
You know, okay, that would, you know, most people that would trigger something in you, a response.
How many cameras you got, Link?
16. Why?
Have you figured out where you're going to put them?
I know exactly where I'm going to shove them. Mm-hmm.
No, we mean at the Dandy House.
Yes, that too.
Because what I was making a list of
time is your own business.
I made a list upstairs, but I didn't.
I'm sure what you have is going to come up with real close to what I got.
Well, you're going to have one in each room, and Mary, Beth, Mike, the main bedroom, 2 in the living room.
I only have one, but I can always finagle it.
Then maybe you don't need 2 in the living room. You could use 1 in the living room that would capture Beth's room.
Yes, yeah,
and then
I did that last
one
time.
Further, that would catch the kitchen doorway and the rest of the living room. So yeah,
over by that cuckoo clock on the wall. That's where it has to be, and then you get that 90-degree. Yes.
And then you go into the pond, the cemetery. Are you going to put one in the driveway again?
Yeah, and down the road.
And then point another one directly toward the front of the house.
Yes. And down the road, and then there's a change. I want to put one back. Remember where I told you those men walked toward into the woods back towards the witch's house or whatever you call it, whatever she is. Back up that way.
Up toward Lori's house, yeah.
Yeah, up in that corner, I'm gonna put one facing the house and the driveway.
That'd be a good idea.
Yeah, from that angle. I hear a kitty cat.
That's my cat. He just walked in.
Well, that
he doesn't like closed doors.
2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, counting the one up facing the house from that corner.
Well, then I have one in the basement.
Oh, I forgot about the basement. Yeah.
And then I got the 2 crawl spaces.
I don't think you need that.
No.
I don't think anything's going to happen.
Well, the chimney just comes apart on its own. You know, maybe.
That was strange.
Yeah.
That was really strange.
I don't know what the point of that was. I don't know how that could. Why?
Where does that chimney? Okay, so the chimney's in the crawl space.
If you look,
I'm trying to think of the layout of the house. So it would go down, not to the kitchen, right?
No, it's in that little closet. It's in that little closet that I have never been into. That Clara never talked about, and that man in the loony shirt never talked about. It's in that. It goes up in that room, in that corner.
So I guess what I'll call the addition to the main house, there's the kitchen, there's a bathroom, there's Mike's room.
The bathroom is in the old house.
It is. Okay. So there's a kitchen, Mike's room.
And the utility room or whatever they used it for.
Okay. But the chimney doesn't go through there?
Yeah, it's hiding in that room. That's the only place left.
All right.
And
so originally there was some boiler heater down cellar?
Yeah, there was a heater down, and it had the big grate in the living room where the heat came up.
Okay.
Clara used to drop a match down into the heater to light it.
Yeah. Okay.
She put that in her book and I couldn't figure out what she was talking about.
Too.
So if the chimney, you had a heating system and there's a chimney coming up.
So the pipe had to travel.
That's the kitchen.
Yes, the pipe had to travel in the basement.
Oh, that's weird.
A long way.
That's weird. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And the duct work went through I think the same hole, because there's a hole in that basement wall. There's no basement under the newer side, though, the single level. There's no basement under there. It's just crawl space. And there's only one hole where the rocks are not at. So I'm believing all the ductwork was ripped out, but then the exhaust for that oil would have been going through there, and a supply pipe, because there's ductwork there's covered up holes in the kitchen and in Mike's room. I don't know about that other little room.
Link, the cement that you see in the basement, that little bit of cemented wall,
Yes.
that was a coal chute. That was for coal to be brought in. There was a coal fire thing in there at one time. That was during the McMahon's living there. Rhonda, I wasn't. We weren't on StreamYard last time. I know about StreamYard kicking somebody, but we were on Restream, and I didn't see any option to kick anybody out. But now
so that house was built in the 1850s,
70s,
1870s.
Well, Cassie says it was in the 50s. I don't know. I got the deed from the county seat, and it said 1871 is when the house was built.
Okay. Come here.
But she says it was the 50s, and I've got a map some damn place in all these things. I've got a map that we also got at the county seat, which shows a little square. That's how they showed back in the old days of a house right adjacent to the Dandy House. Now, was it a house or was it an outbuilding somewhere? Because there was a barn on the property, but there wasn't a barn on that map next to the house. And I don't remember what year that map was. I think it was like 1905. But
All right, you'll have
the house.
You'll have to help me then, because I'm thinking back to this. In this book, did Alex Tanis, the second time he came up, did he say something about I hope if I'm not piecing it together, stop me. Piecing it together properly. A woman was coming down, traveling to Pennsylvania. A pregnant woman was traveling to Pennsylvania, and his vision was that she was pregnant. She was visiting her husband. She was married. She was killed and hanged, not by the family that lived in the Dandy House, but lived adjacent to it. And Clara said, "Oh yeah, there's a cellar hole there." First, do I have that story right? And is there a cellar hole?
But I can't think of a cellar hole on the property there. Now he's going to go through his.
I'm telling you, you saw what I did with your book, Paul.
I can't think of a cellar hole.
And I'm not trying to flatter you. I liked your book better.
That was.
I thought Clara said that there was evidence of another structure nearby.
Well, that's the pile of rocks and stuff that we talked about.
I meant down the road or down the road.
Well, she said that one time when they were coming down the road, she saw lights in a house on, and there was no house there. So maybe she was picking something up about that house, but it was in the field on the left as you're going up the road toward the house. It was on the field on the left, where all the hay, where they used to grow the grain
that Dan wants to buy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you know what? I'm trying to see how much they want for some land just after Lori's. You know how Lori's weird strip of land, how it goes across the road?
Yeah.
I'm trying to see how much they want for the land, which would be on the left side of Lori's, away from the Dandy House, coming back down toward the Dandy House. There's a little section there. I'd like to get about maybe 1/8 of an acre. It would be just up above that other clearing that you can see from Mike's room.
Oh, is there a for sale sign?
No, there's not, but all that land up there is probably for sale if you ask somebody. I mean, people have had that land. There's one guy, remember you showed me the parcels up there?
Yeah, the parcels.
Well, I went around and one guy owns like 30 of them.
Yes. Yeah, I saw
all
that.
Over the place.
There's a little monopoly going on there. Yeah.
But if you look at that whole map, Donna Reese owned everything there. Everything that is on that map, she owned at one time. She owned the whole top side of that hill. And
so when Flo was there, they had no intention of buying it. They were just paying rent, weren't they? I mean, they were probably buying it on land contract, but I'm sure at their age and when they moved in there, they had no intention of buying it.
No, that was their last home. That was where they wanted to die and be happy.
Right, but I don't think that they ever really felt that they were ever going to pay off that loan. Therefore, it's just looked at as paying rent, the way I see it.
Well, with a land contract, they probably didn't think they'd make the 30 years anyhow.
Right. I mean, at my age, I still have a house loan. I'm not going to have it done before I die.
Yeah, well, I mean, they bought it because they wanted to call it their own.
Right, and that's what I'm.
Land contract.
That's what I'm doing, but I don't have a land contract. I have insurance that'll pay it off. But
hang on, don't talk for a second.
No, I won't.
What am I hearing? Nothing outside on the cameras.
Trying to look for something here. Damn, where is it? I wonder if you can see this. Do. You can see this. Yes, you can. But I bet it's back.
Oh, okay.
I was going to ask you I thought you had a map of the house.
I don't know which way to go. That's the
Link.
Yes.
I was going to say share your screen, but you can't. You're on a phone.
Yeah.
So let me do that.
I don't know how to.
That's fine. Pull it back and go to your right. Right there.
Oh, wow. That was good. I'm trying to get it centered, and I don't know which way to go.
Go to the right.
I see where it says pantry.
Pantry locked. Yeah, I've never been in there. Now, that's just the first floor. So I'm going to try to get to the basement and the second floor now.
Take a
Wow, you
screenshot.
really blew that. See where I had that camera in the living room? It does 90 degrees. I get it all.
All right.
Okay. So this is upstairs. Ah, man. Let's see. I'm looking at YouTube here. I don't know which way I got to go. I think
right there. Don't move.
Clara's, Mary. I'm trying not to move it.
You're fine. It's clear. Take a screenshot, Jonathan. Oh, I can do that too.
Do that, yeah.
Yeah, I drew this myself. Some fools are infatuated. So that'd be me. Let's see.
Did you get a plan for Dollar General too?
No.
Okay.
I got a plan for your uncle's house though. And the house you grew up in. No, I don't know where that is. Damn, I'm trying to fix this, but it's not. And that's the basement. Under dirt, under.
You're
So
fine.
yeah, that pipe from the basement did travel a long way, but I'm wondering if they did it that way to get more heat out of the pipes, because that pipe's going to be hot, especially if it's oil.
Well,
Oil
okay.
burns. Oil's hot.
Well, I wonder if the first kitchen they had in the 1850s had a stove that needed to be ventilated through a chimney, and that's how they heated the house.
Yeah, that could be. I don't know that. So
here's something else to think about. I don't know how the heating was done when Flo and Joe were there, because they had forced air heat. Because when the house was going to be knocked down, when the house kept calling Tina, and she wanted to go up that Tuesday night. I said, I'm not going up tonight. Plus, your kids have school tomorrow, and you've got to work tomorrow. It was almost 9 o'clock, and she was so so impressed with having to leave the home and go to the house that late at night. So she said, well, I'm going alone, which she would never do. She wouldn't go there.
Oh my God.
This was after Flo died. So I said, okay, let's go. So we got up there, and when we got there, all the windows were gone. The door had been broken through. There was copper and stuff laying on the front porch, which is enclosed now. The ductwork, which was massive. There was a big, long chunk of ductwork that was laying out there, too.
Mm-hmm.
So I called the state police, and Trooper Jones, came up, and he said, what's going on now, Paul? He thought it was a break. And I said, looks like somebody's demolishing the house. And he looked around with his flashlight, and he said, this is not a break-in. This is pre-demo, because the chimney was even knocked down. The chimney was off the house. The ductwork was outside. The windows weren't pushed in. They were pulled out. They pulled the frames, the glass, right out of the windows. They were going to knock the house into the dirt, into its basement that Thursday. And this was a Tuesday night. So Tina is, and I agree with her, the house called out for help. Or what's in the house called out for help.
Mm-hmm.
I think I might get yelled at here in a minute. I'm hearing a lot of commotion upstairs.
Uh-oh. Well, I have off tomorrow, so.
Sophia's gone. She went to spend the night with her other grandma because their ducks are hatching.
Oh, that'll be cute to see.
Well, she raises, Sophia at her grandmother, she raises ducks and chickens and goats and geese and elephants.
Now that she's out of the school, or is she still working at the school?
No, that's the other grandmother.
Oh.
You okay?
I wish I had access to this view. The tree that Mike hit is on my YouTube homepage.
Oh, is it?
There's a gutter. So you must have watched a video where I'm driving and I start swearing at this damn tree.
I
said, there's that fucking tree.
I don't. No,
Well,
that wasn't the video that I watched, though. There's a video where you're driving and your GPS is saying turn left onto this road, and then you say there's a dog kennel type of place, and you drove in and you said, there's Paul.
Yeah, I think I made more than one.
Oh, okay. You have a lot of videos, Link.
Oh shit! Oh no!
I'm here. I'm backstage.
I know, but I just threw Link away.
Oh no!
Like an old coin.
I didn't mean to do that. I was trying to take him off
in the trash. It goes. You got to move that trash. You got to move that trash.
Shut the hell up! I tried to take him off full stream, and I took him out of the chat.
Why didn't you do that to that other guy?
Because I was on StreamYard. The StreamYard doesn't let you kick nobody.
Oh, you don't have a paid version of StreamYard, Paul, do you?
No.
Restream you did, though.
Huh?
You did restream.
I did.
You got rid of it.
I don't as of yesterday.
Yeah, that's good.
I figured, why the hell should I pay him for something I don't and I can still multi-stream. I don't need to pay for it.
Right.
Waste of money.
I think it would be more confusing to stream to different platforms, personally.
No, because all the chats mingle together.
Yeah, but
So
you can't respond in chat unless you have YouTube's chat and Facebook's chat. Anyway,
I can't remember.
Paul, is the tree that I have on my YouTube the one that he hit? I thought that you said yes, that it was, and that's why I have it on there.
What tree? Who hit?
on my YouTube homepage or whatever it is called, I have a tree. But I was just wondering.
You have a tree?
A picture, yeah. I was trying to tell Riv that that tree is the tree that Mike hit.
You can call me Jonathan.
Okay.
He didn't.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean.
Well, why does this say Sacho Sakiyaki?
That's my weekend name.
Oh.
That's his
Anyway.
poker. That's his poker name on Global Poker.
Oh.
We would play poker, yeah. Anyway, I see a guardrail and I see what looks like a maple or an oak tree.
Paul told me that big old, the biggest one was the one that Mike hit, but I may have got the picture of the wrong one. So that's why I asked Paul if that really was the tree.
I'll go look again.
Because if we're going to go there, we have to be careful, though, because the cars, now that that road's paved, the cars do zip along.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah, and I'm guilty of it, too.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Mm-hmm.
I went ahead of you.
I know.
I was ahead of you by at least 4 minutes. And it only takes 4 minutes to get to Crosby's. By the time I got there, you were behind me.
Mm-hmm. Well, that tornado I was following on the way up there that Jonathan was talking about, he was hauling, man. And I had to I had a little bit of trouble, but he pulled up by the Linderman house. So he lived in one of those houses back there. So he's used to driving it and zippity zap. And yeah.
Well, like the last time I drove up there in the wind, I knew it was snowing. The road was pretty slick. When I had to open, no, was it for you? No, I can't remember. No. When those people, they were behind me coming like a bat out of hell. So I slowed way down and pulled over as much as I could. And they passed me, turned around by Linderman's and came back at me. I don't know what they were doing.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. That's very weird.
I found the entry about that, the 21-year-old woman being hanged.
Okay.
As Alex and I approached the tree, I told him that the branch had seen I told him that the branch I had seen the body hanging from had long since fallen and was piled with a multitude of other limbs, victims of wind and ice. I knew which branch it was, yet without my guidance, Alex walked directly to it and said, "This is the one, isn't it?" He then said the woman, about 21 years old, was hanged by the inhabitants of a house only a short distance away, not our house. He then pointed directly at a thicket, which I knew contained the foundation of an old house. There was no possible way he could have known it was there. He said the woman was traveling by coach to meet her husband in Pennsylvania and that she was expecting a child. The residents in the house, which was used as a kind of way station, branded her as a scarlet woman and executed her. He thought they were members of a fanatic religious cult. Then, when her husband came looking for her, they refused to tell him where she was buried. So he planted 2 sections of daffodils in her memory. In the wooded area just near the old barn were, in fact, 2 circular patches of daffodils, which I had never noticed before. He also said there was a stream nearby with strange blue feathery flowers above it. The water fell into a pool, and if you listened, it sounded like the water was whispering the name Clarice. There is such a stream in the gully near the road.
Mm-hmm. Yes, there is.
Yeah, there is.
So now, Paul, I was thinking that that he was pointing at a piece of property or land near the hanging tree is
okay. Now the only thing I've ever come across there, if you're standing at the hanging tree facing up the road, walk another maybe 30 feet toward the house up the road, away from the hanging tree, jump over the creek, the little ditch there on the right-hand side as you're facing toward the house, and we'll go up there. We'll do it. And because I don't think it might be thick, but we'll walk up there. Angel and I went up with, I think Nick did crawl over that little creek, and there's a basement shaped like this. Where am I? Shaped like that, like a triangle. And there was a potbelly stove in that basement. There was a bunch of bricks and I took a brick. Now here's another story for Jonathan. I'm sure I've mentioned this, but I took a brick and took it home. This is when I was writing the book too. I was writing the book because I was up there with Tina and Angel and her son Nick, and I took a brick. What do I care, And I set it right on my table next to the computer. I'm typing away, and boom, the computer died. I couldn't open Windows. I couldn't open any executable program. Nothing would run on my computer. Okay, here we go with the far-fetched stuff. So I was telling Tina on the phone that my computer crashed. Nothing will open, nothing will run. And she said, not right away, but we were talking. She said, "What'd you do with that brick?" I said, "It's right here. It's next to my computer." She said, "Take it outside." My computer started working. Get the fuck out of here. But she pulled that on me. I mean, she did. You can ask Angel. But it's just so funny that when I took the brick off the desk, the computer worked. That makes no sense to me. Come on. Here, I got a infected pen. If I put it next to you, you can't talk. Well, that's just too much for me.
Did you put the brick back up against the computer to see if it would die again?
No, I didn't. I didn't bring it back in the place.
You buried it in the backyard.
But that basement, I was contacted by a 52 or 53-year-old woman who told me her mother lived with the Burlingames for a while. Now, the Burlingame farm was supposedly on the corner right there where you see that big chunk of cement down there at the very corner of McMahon and Wagner, just before you cross that little teeny creek link.
Yes.
Well, their farm was supposedly right up on the rise there. You would enter that farm from Wagner Hill just before you turned on the McMahon, just before there'd be a driveway. And I couldn't see any sign of where that could be, but it could have been.
Right. They probably used a backhoe and made the so there's so much water coming down from that hill.
Right.
I'm sure
But I walked that whole territory up there, that whole land, and it's flat, marshy as hell. But I didn't see any evidence of a basement or a rock wall or anything. But she sent me a picture. I can't find it. It's got to be on my passport hard drive that I dropped off the top of the computer. Now it won't spin. But she sent me a picture of her and her brother who used to fish in a bucket. And you can see in that picture where they are, you can see the Dandy House from.
Oh my God.
From where this picture was taken. The picture was taken in 1928, 29. You can see the Dandy House, and they had a wooden barrel that their dad got them and put a couple of fish so they could go fishing. I got to get that passport fixed. I talked to a buddy of mine that owns PC Surgeon in Buffalo, and he says, you better send it back directly to them. I got to get those pictures off that thing. And that's where all my original writings are too. On that computer, on that hard drive.
Yeah.
There are forensic places that will do that for you, Paul. I'll probably charge you a lot of money, but
I don't care at this point. I really need a lot of stuff off of there. And all my Bonham pictures too, all my 24,000 Bonham pictures.
Oh my God.
I mean, a lot of those are right on my Facebook page too, but
yeah, Paul and I fought with a sleeping bag.
What does that mean? Are you talking in code again, Link?
No, not at all. We fought with a sleeping bag.
What does that mean? Paul, I never knew.
Not fought in a sleeping bag. We fought. I didn't say in. I said we fought with a sleeping bag. Yeah, I think we said fought with, trying to get it unwrapped for Karen, or was it Nancy?
Why are you walking when you're pregnant?
Help me out, Paul.
The woman who was there when you and Paul were there and she was snoring.
Come say hi. You have to.
Okay.
Come on.
Is that Sophia again?
No, she's not even here.
Oh, she
Right.
left.
I don't know who he's looking. He's probably looking at a ghost or
This one.
something.
Angel,
can't see.
hello.
Oh, there you are. You're like 1 inch on my screen. I can hardly see
He's
you.
on his phone.
Do you see me better now?
Yeah, I see you. I see you. I see you.
Hi.
What are you doing?
I came down to say hi.
Oh, good. Came down to say hi and then bye, and Monday she leaves.
Oh yeah.
Are you cold?
Yeah.
You must be. You're shivering. I told you it gets cold in the corner. I could fall
Get
apart.
back upstairs, Angel, before you fall down.
That's, yeah, a heating pad or something.
What's that noise?
The dog?
Oh, Jesus.
Crazy. Oh, I came to say hi.
Hi.
Alright.
We're having a blast here.
Bye-bye. All the best, Angel.
On your
Yes.
mom tomorrow? God.
Go warm up. So, okay, what about the sleeping bag? You were wrestling with a sleeping bag. Fighting with a sleeping bag.
It was some kind of weird sleeping bag. It was Nancy's sleeping bag. We told her we'd open it for her. It had some kind of weird string on it, wrapped around it twice. And it also said rip off to open. It wouldn't open. He was pulling like hell on one side. I was on a bed and he was pulling. I fell over the bed. And it was the most comical thing. We laughed so damn hard, but we couldn't get the damn thing off. So finally I did pull that cloth. And all it was a separation type thing, almost like Velcro in a way.
Okay.
And it came right out.
Now you
20
know.
minutes we're fighting with that thing.
It was like what I saw was leather, a 1/4-inch leather, thin leather flat, like shoestring material. And then I saw stains on it. And I said to him, he's like, oh, this is brand new or something, and then, they wrapped it like hell in China, and some boy in China is going in the back room saying we're going to give all the people in the USA a bunch of bullshit or something like that, so that the white people in USA or whoever is going to have to fight with this thing. And anyway, after that, after we finally, he's on one side of the bed, I am on the other, and if this is like a full or queen, this is like a queen set, so we're bending. My feet are on anyway. It was hilarious. After this is what I was driving at. Was after this, Paul says something about are they going to crawl across our face tonight? And he was talking about mice. And I had already, I don't know if it was the trip before that or if it was earlier, I had already put out Mice Killer. And I have these moments where I know something. And it's like, and Paul said, yeah, they're going to crawl across their face. And I didn't even have to ask what it was. And I said, no, it's all right. And in other words, no, they will not be in here. And I know this, and end of discussion, because I know this. And I just let him keep talking. And I didn't tell him, no, Paul, I know this. It's a little bit more than me just saying, I know this. I know this.
Yeah.
And yesterday I was driving somewhere, and I can't for the life of me think of the example, but something, I don't know if I was coming home from work or something, but I already knew what was going to be around the corner before it was. And what I was thinking to myself was, it's very difficult to determine when this stuff comes into my head, which has been my whole life, what I should believe and what I shouldn't believe. And when I've read on it, it says you have to learn the differences, and it's very hard to do that. But that was an example of, I knew that we were not going to be bothered. I knew there wasn't one rat in that house, and that was the end of it. But I just let him talk, and because he, and then he said, yeah, there's 18 million mice in the woods. And I said, Paul, they talk to each other, they're not coming around. Yeah, I was just BSing after that, because I already knew that there wasn't going to be any in the house, and there wasn't. But yeah, I have that, and I use that when I go to the Dandy house, and it works 75% of the time, I would say. I didn't when the door was being messed with. 5 minutes before I went to bed, I said, it's really interesting how I can be here almost 24 hours up. First, I drive 10 hours, and then I'm up all this time, and I'm exhausted out of my gourd, and I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. I thought about that before I went to bed, and then sure enough, when I laid down, right behind me, if you see where Mike's bed is in the drawing, right around the corner is the door, and the doorknob gets messed with. No, I didn't know that the doorknob was going to be messed with, but I had an inkling and that's why I said to myself, Marty was already sleeping, the person I brought with, because I wasn't alone that time. But I wanted Paul to know that I was trying to tell him, no, Paul, there's no mice in here. You don't have to worry about it. But I didn't bother, because we were just laughing our butts off about this stupid. And I saw stains on it, and he said, it's brand new. What are you talking about? I saw stains on it. I saw stains on it. And he says that it's brand new. And I'm like, well, I don't know what you're talking about. I put it on my wall. It's facing Laura's bed though. Because that was the closest camera. Oh, I think, no, I didn't have one in Clara's room, because she, Karen, was that her name? Or Nancy. She didn't want the camera in there, so I had to move the camera.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Right. So the closest camera that would have picked up the verbiage was in Laura's room. So
that put the damn camera straight on me, because I wanted to know. Okay. If you can imagine taking, I was under the sleeping bag, not in it. I had it open and out, flat.
Mm-hmm.
And I had it on me, and it was slippery, so it's made out of whatever the hell.
Yeah, it slides.
Nylon, vinyl. I had it flat, and it would slide, and I'd pull it back up. So I said, well, the hell with pulling it back up. I put it under my shoulder, so it couldn't slide toward the floor. I doze off, and I wake up kind of quick. First time. It's on the floor. So I picked it up, I put it over me, and I put it under my shoulder again, and I laid down like this on top of it so it can't move. Lo and behold, I wake up again. There it is on the floor, and I'm still like this. So I don't know. And I still don't believe any spirits were pulling it off of me, but
yeah.
And I finally got comfortable. I went to the bathroom. I got underneath the little thin bedspread that's on that bed, put the sleeping bag over that, and I'm comfortable and it's warm. Clink, 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 clink. And he started with the stove right as I fell asleep.
The propane, I'm trying to get it. I think I did turn it off. Paul said he was hot or something. He didn't,
You should have heard how loud that was upstairs. It's just like somebody just.
Yeah, because you have to push this stupid button to get the spark, and you have to fight with this kitchen heater.
Oh my God!
You went live that morning because I was getting ready for work and I came on.
Yeah.
And you were explaining what happened. But that was funny. So if anybody who hasn't seen that on Link's page, it's hilarious.
Yeah, because it was, and I sat up.
That play.
But just the back and forth between you two. I think you froze, Link.
Look at he's a mummy. He's a statue.
But I think those are really hilarious videos when just you and he are going back and forth.
Now he's back.
Clara's right about the addictive personality. If you have one, steer clear.
Oh yeah. Tell me about it.
Yeah, it's not the devil. It's, I don't know what it is.
I don't think it is.
No. But that was the only excuse that I could find in
I think if it were the devil, and we always say that it's not the devil, don't you think he would say, oh, okay, you don't think it's me? Watch this shit.
Right.
But
That's true. Well, he's been getting kind of he's been getting aggressive with you.
Well, there's always been something aggressive with me up there, though.
I know, but you got to sleep in the room that you wouldn't even want to walk in before.
Now, there was only a little short period of time I didn't want to go into Mary's room. Mary's room doesn't bother me. Other people swear, people who've never been there before, they walk in Mary's room and right away they're nauseous, they're dizzy, they can't breathe.
Mm-hmm.
But look at Sophia. The first time, no, she's been there twice. The first time she went to the house, she sat on mommy's bed. And as soon as she sat down next to me, she said, Papa, it's hard to breathe in here. Why would a 7-year-old at the time say it's hard to breathe in a room?
Well, I believe her over that video I just saw.
Is it dusty in there? I mean, I don't know.
No.
She never heard any stories other than okay. I told her on the way up, if you feel, see, or hear anything, I want you to tell me immediately. She said, what am I going to see, Papa? It's an old house. Because she don't believe in ghosts at all. She doesn't believe in spirits roaming around. But when she was a little baby, and Angel can attest to this, she went in just to see her, and she was following something going across the room, stopped, watch it, like she was following, and there was nothing. I mean, like she was really concentrating on something. And they always seem to go around babies. You watch these videos on YouTube where kids are picked up out of their crib on a baby monitor. What the hell is doing that? Some of them are probably fake, if not the majority of them.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? This house is just crazy. I mean, it's, and I can't say it's crazy because it's not crazy.
Mm-hmm.
For some people, it is.
Right.
But that dog barking in that video, I don't know what the hell that was.
Did you get to see it?
I watched it 3-4 times, I think, straight. You know, I went back to that part. It's a dog barking. There's no dogs around.
Well, then I found a second one where you went upstairs. Angel went to the bathroom, and the 1, 2, 3, 4 of us went upstairs. She stayed down eating strawberries, and then she went to the bathroom, and there was 2 dog barks right after each other. So now there's another one, another sound bite. So I put the 3 videos in a short video. The first, it sounded like a beagle. I think the next one, no, the first video I put up was this thing on the wall that moved like this, and it never moved before.
Yeah.
And then the dog that sounded like a beagle, and I was like, maybe Flo had a beagle. I can't remember.
She had a little, God, that little bastard chased us down the driveway a couple of times.
I was wondering if it sounded like hers.
No, it sounded like one of them little, I'm going to bite your ankle dogs.
Oh, yeah.
Little.
And then
Ronnie.
Like
the
a
next
Papillon
dog
or something.
Bigger. The next dog sounded bigger.
Like a Shih Tzu.
Right. Yeah. My dog.
But it looked like it was wrapped up in barbed wire or something. How bad the coat was. The coat was horrible.
like that.
So it's come back.
Sleeping bag. Yeah.
Well, hey, maybe something's trying to get your attention again.
What about the cat when I was up there with Esther?
Right. You guys, and I heard it on the video.
You heard it. There was no cat in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Flo had cats too, but I'm not going to go with the Flo's dogs and the cats, cats, because I just thought, why are they there? Why would they? Where's my Flo? Where's my Flo? I don't know.
Yeah, I just don't think it has anything to do with people. I think it's the spooks making the noises.
Well, that's what supposedly they do, but there's no dogs up there. And if you ever hear a dog when you're inside the house, the first thing you're going to do is what? You're going to go outside to see where it is.
Right.
Because there's nobody up there with dogs except Lori. She's not there. She's got Rottweilers. You can't not know their sound when you hear them.
Right.
Nobody else has dogs anywhere around the property.
Mm-hmm. Well, the first dog single bark was when all of us were out on the porch.
Yeah.
And we had the door closed. And the second one was when you and me and two others went upstairs, and Angel went to the bathroom. She was downstairs. But there's nothing in that house that could make.
We would have said something anyhow.
What's that?
We would have said something if we heard them.
Right. And that's we didn't hear those. We didn't hear that noise, but you can hear it as plain as day on the camera.
Well, maybe the girl running the cameras barked in the camera. I mean,
that could be because they know they watch.
They watch you.
No, she knew you were on internet because that one time.
Yeah, well,
didn't you get a text message or did I?
No, she sent me a message and say she told me to get off live. I said, "Go to hell."
Yeah, because you're ruining her. You're ruining her stream. She can't watch you.
Ooh, too bad. Then I guess there ought to be two streams going or something, or two different
internets. Yeah, one for the people and one for the videos.
If somebody's spending $300 to rent the house, you're going to tell them to get off the Wi-Fi. Right. I'm not getting off nothing.
Well, or they should just have the Wi-Fi blocked. Then they shouldn't have the password open.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So you have to fight with that. But I think the Wi-Fi was improved there.
Yeah, well, Dan did improve it. He did.
I don't know how, but I think it was improved.
And then you go buy an antenna and stick it on your car.
Yeah, I'm the hell with that. I'm not going to fight with that. I'm not going to fight with the Wi-Fi. So I just got the antenna and I get 5 bars and I fight. If you can hear me now, I'm cool.
Do you get 5 bars on your cameras? Oh, what am I talking about? You don't use Wi-Fi.
No, I don't stream those. Good God, I'd need a hotel size internet for that.
Yeah.
100 gigs a minute or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, no, that's all taped.
So if you guys walk the property, right, make little treks to wherever, you're not going to do that live because
I don't
have
think
the
we
signal.
can. No,
we can't. The signal will die.
No.
Paul, what do you have? I got AT&T.
Verizon.
Oh, I don't know if you get a signal.
I get a signal in the driveway and halfway to the pond, and then it dies.
Yeah, mine's bad all over. So.
Which I don't understand. I mean, we can manipulate a thing on its way out of the solar system, but we can't have Wi-Fi in the country.
It's talk about money. Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Somebody in the White House has been promising high-speed internet all over the countryside.
Yeah, I keep getting ads for respond to this and respond to that,
Yeah, well,
that should have been done years ago.
Well, it should have, yeah. Would be nice.
I have a phone that does 50 gigs worth of stuff a month, and you cannot get a service to provide you with what the phone can do. So, go
that's
figure.
A problem.
Yeah,
that's a moneymaker for the company.
I was all excited about 5G. Verizon's 5. Everybody's in 5G, but in this one particular area, we're still 4G.
Yeah.
So what the hell? Oh, we're going to boast our 5G, but we just won't give it to you. Then why the hell buy a new phone?
Yeah.
How fast is your home internet, Paul? I'm gonna test mine now. They supposedly upped it.
Oh, really? You guys got lucky out there.
We're not as fast as it used to be. SPEE. Oh, speed test. There we go.
Oh, what do I put in? I got to do this again.
Speedtest.net. Yeah, I can't wait to see yours.
Speed. Is it all one word?
Yeah,
TEST.
speedtest.net.
Net. Enter.
Oh, it's pretty good.
Go. Okay.
I'm at just encroaching on 355 megabits down. I'll stop already. And my upload speed.
Did you say, what did you say?
What?
I got
354.95 download megabits per second, 11.6 or 10.63 upload.
Look what I just got by backstage.
Huh? Oh,
I got 900 megabits per second.
yeah, we were, and we downgraded because we weren't getting what they were promising. 921 up.
Isn't that terrible?
Yeah, that's just
If you're gonna download, yeah, well,
okay.
That's not terrible
Yeah, wait till
at
you hear
all.
this.
That's
I
not
wish I
terrible
could
at all.
share this shit, but
That's 4K. That's 4K upload speed. That's 4K streaming speed. Well, it'll be a little choppy. You'll have to go 30 frames per second, but
yeah, it's 1130, so
a 908?
908 megabits per second. Yeah.
Okay,
Anyway.
I got to do this. It'll probably be backwards, but that's too bad.
oh geez, I almost kicked Jonathan.
You got 5 megabits per second.
That's not bad. Better than usual. Oh my God, no wonder it takes forever to upload anything.
Yeah, 0.3.
0.37 upload speed. For
Point-
how much a month?
67.
Jesus Christ.
Do you have cable? Is it
No, it's
Dial up.
the phone line. But it's not dial up, but it's not cable.
DSL?
Yeah.
Well.
It's horrible. So when you
That's
said
not good.
900, I almost shit. It's like in heaven. You must be in heaven.
But I mean,
And it's probably slow to you. It's probably slow.
I'm
you know.
streaming, and the uploads, you got to have at least, they recommend 5, but I'm at 11 almost 11 upload speed, which is fine. Rather
Wow.
than pay that extra extra $40 a month.
That's why I needed that booster that I had to go put up on a tower for the antenna.
That's what you're getting with the boost?
No, that's on my cell.
Oh,
What I showed you was the wired cable for 67.
holy shit.
Yeah, I know.
And they guarantee you, when I went to your internet provider and watched on their thing, they guarantee you 300 megabits per second download speed. And you're getting-
300. Wow.
Yeah, that's what the normal is.
Oh, wow. I guess I should be paying 3 cents.
Or have them come to your house and check your connection.
And they told me I'm at the end of the line. There's nothing they can do.
Well,
So
what
I
they
said,
can
well,
do
yeah,
is-
you can do something. You can give me this for $2.37 a month.
that's about what it's worth.
Right. Yeah, you can do that.
We have a new internet company local here, and they only guarantee 100 megabits down, but it's only $19.95 a month too.
Oh,
And they guarantee you 100 megabits
wow.
per second.
And that's
for
what
$20.
you know.
You should
Mine
be
is.
paying.
I don't even know what I have it connected for, but it does. I am getting. I can see the speed.
How long you're breaking up real bad right now? Your video's all over the place. It's all.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, just jump out and come right back in. It'll be
Yeah.
fine.
I'll do that.
I wonder what does that he just disappears. It's all choppy. Then he's fine when he comes back.
Yeah, you're right though. It did get choppy towards the end. I don't know. 5 megabits per second. That is like
He should
15
call
years
them
ago
and say,
technology.
I don't care if he's at the end of the line or not. He should call them and check your system.
Right.
There's got to be something wrong.
Yeah.
There has to be something.
Some wire
There has
needs to be upgraded.
something.
That's what they did here. They upgraded the wire coming into the house from the outside of the house into the modem. And
with your harsh winters in Wisconsin, it could be just the wiring. I don't think anybody is giving that kind of internet and not even feeling bad. The company has to feel bad. If you tell them you're getting 5 megabits down.
Oh, they know. I know they know. They blamed it on that I had 2 cell phones on in my bedroom off. I had them off, but plugged in and turned on Wi-Fi, and they blamed it on that.
They wouldn't be downloading anything though.
So I know that. I know that. Yes, we know that, but that's what they blame it on. They think everybody is like I don't know. I don't even want to. Yeah.
That
maybe you do need to move to Olean, New York.
Jeff. Yeah, I'm thinking so. I'm going to kick those people out of the Linderman house.
Almighty.
You'll be able to go to Crosby's every other night.
And then we should also see if maybe Uncle Al could come down this way too.
Who's that?
Well, I don't know, Paul. The way you were chatting with his sister, you might be his brother-in-law before you know it.
Oh boy, my gosh, he never contacted me back. Holy God.
There you go.
That was so funny.
He threw me for a loop. I kept reading that stuff, trying to figure out, what are you saying? What is it? What language is this?
Somebody speaking a language to you? Oh, that's a sign of the devil. I just heard it from a Catholic priest. So
yeah, she's just very.
She's not speaking. She's just
quite illiterate, if anything. Call your cable company Monday. If you don't, I will call them.
Yeah, I can call them and complain. I'm going to say I want to pay $2.37 a month. Yes, for my 5M something.
Do you know your neighbors?
Call and say you're thinking about getting Starlink.
Do you have neighbors close by to you?
Do I have what?
Neighbors? You don't have neighbors real close, do you?
Yeah, they're all older, and they might exchange chili recipes once a month
via carrier pigeon.
I was going to say, ask them what their internet speed is, and they'll say,
"Oh God, they would." I'd have to go to their house and sit down and type it in.
Yeah.
No. These people didn't grow up like you and partially me. I didn't have computers either, but I learned really quick.
He hasn't written to me either, Rhonda. He hasn't said a word to me or Jonathan.
No, I haven't. I've messaged him since Christmas, New Year's, and I haven't heard anything.
He hasn't. I don't even think he's read my messages. Let me look.
But he's kind of in ninja mode right now, right, Paul? He's at rehab. He's trying to get his legs working and maybe his heart taken care of. And so hopefully he'll be back.
Okay. He saw my booby pictures.
You sent him booby pictures?
He looked at them. He's looked at everything all the way back to. And I called him a prick on Sunday of last week. I called him a prick. He looked at that too. So he saw those messages. He never.
Let me see if he's I can guarantee it. He hasn't responded to mine. No. Oh yeah, I sent him one of those pictures too. Okay.
Well, I thought that would
both of you. Oh, get him out of there, Pastor. Yes,
that sort of thing.
Right.
He's
well, you never know.
I make no judgments. At all.
I never knew what ED was until somebody told me. I didn't have to look it up. Oh my God!
You know what ED was?
No, I'm like ED, education director. What the hell are you talking about? I don't know what that meant.
So we talk about ghosts. We talk about ghosts, cable, and ED. Wow. Hey, I wonder how come
about the lack of knowledge of ED. I don't.
How come lung cancer never came back in the chat?
Scared him off? I don't know.
I thought. Oh,
no,
you didn't block.
I've got his.
Well, maybe he just came across you.
You're sitting up here looking at me. Well, if I open it,
is it flashing or just looking at you?
No, it's just looking.
Because I have people looking in the window sometimes. No, that was so funny when I can't believe I said that. I was sitting on the chair and
Oh yeah, I can't believe you said it either. And if they look longer, then invite them in.
Yeah,
Show 'em
invite
the
him in.
junk.
Right. I'm like, I was at a loss for words. I didn't know what to say, so I said that stupid line.
Well, that's why I say when you and Paul are just sitting and talking and shooting
Right.
the
We
breeze,
just-
it's really funny content.
Yeah, I mean,
If you had seen the sleeping bag thing, Jonathan.
oh
you'd-
my God. I
Can
saw
you-
leather. I saw leather shoestrings. You know, they were a little bit fat, and it looked like leather.
And they were
that's what I
wrapped
said.
and wrapped and wrapped, and they were
And
wrapped,
wrapped and wrapped and wrapped. A different. Oh my God! I never saw this before, and I didn't want to cut it. It wasn't mine. I don't want to damage something. It's not mine. And
that was
couldn't see it.
Nancy's not
Yeah.
backpack. Nancy's
sleeping bag. Yeah. And then Paul says, and she's all listening to this downstairs through the hole in the floor.
Well, if
And
he was
Paul
on,
says, when she gets ready to go, she's gonna say "fuck it" and throw it in the back of the car because she's never gonna get it back in that sleeve. Oh my God! And then he looks down in the hole in the floor and says something about a catheter. She's shoving a catheter in something, and I was like, "Oh my God! What are you talking about?" And it's hilarious. And I wrote what he was saying on the bottom of the screen, and I don't know where he gets this stuff from, but I think he's funnier than I am.
no, all I have to do is listen to you, and I lose my mind. I totally lose my mind. I just wrote to Alice see if he'd respond, but he hasn't read it.
One stream, I think you were out looking at the cameras, and Paul's comment was, "And there goes Link bouncing off the walls as usual."
Oh, yeah.
I was
Because you're going this way and that way and checking this out and doing that and doing this.
I
and doing
know.
that.
I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for all these people to come. I needed a day, and I didn't realize I needed a day before people came. I didn't realize. I just had too much stuff to do.
Well, when Link was what the hell was I going to say? I was talking to both of them in the kitchen, and he was eating pizza.
Oh shit!
And I had that greasy sub in front of me, and I was telling Nancy about something, and I said, I can't believe it, 3 o'clock. I said 3 a.m. in the morning, or 3 a.m. And he said, in the morning? Nancy laughed her ass off because of course it was 3 in the morning.
Well, I didn't know if you meant right now or if you meant because when I'm off work and I'm out of town, I don't care what I do. You know, I care, but I don't care. I don't have to go to prison. You know. So, but he was talking about doing something or whatever, and that's what it was. I'm like now you want to do it now or whatever. You know, there was a little more to it than just what time it was.
Yeah.
And what is Nancy's connection to the house?
She still live. What was it, Paul? You met her.
Nancy? What was her? What's her?
We met her on an Angel's. Do we meet her at Angel's Stream? Oh, she was just she'd been my friend for a while.
Oh, okay.
Then she was always an Angel's Stream, but she'd always been interested in the house. I mean, Buffalo knows all about it.
Yeah.
It's only 70 miles.
She said she lived down the road, or aunt or somebody lived down the road.
Yeah, she didn't. Yeah, she had
okay. And so she heard. So what she had said was when she read Clara's book, she knew everything in there already. Jonathan,
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting? She knew that stuff. That's what I'm telling you is that the community, not just the people in that house, the community already knew this stuff. People walking down the road. That wasn't just the dandies. That was people in the neighborhood. The cops couldn't explain why someone would call because they ran over somebody and there's nobody there. Right. You know, it just goes on and on and on.
The cops, a third of the cops won't go on the property. These are guys that are serving and protecting with mace and billy clubs and guns and bulletproof vests and everything else. But they do cause ED for Link there, Riser.
Oh, Charlie's there.
We've got a couple.
Hi,
we've got
Charlie.
a couple of really big cops that won't even come on the property. They won't go in. They will walk in the driveway.
Mm-hmm.
One guy's wife. He's he's on the sheriff's department. She loves the house. She's been there a few times. She was there with me once, and she wants to come up again this summer sometime. And her husband, we called the state police because of a break-in. And Brian came up, and he's on the sheriff's department. He stopped at the driveway, wouldn't walk on the property. I said, "Hi, Brian," and I said, "Come on in." He said, I just tell me what happened. I really don't.
You can't even say hell.
I said,
no.
Come on, get in." So
oh my God.
he came in the house. I showed him what happened. And I'm not kidding you. His hands were like this. He was shaking like a leaf. But the big one is oh my God, come on. I can't even think of his name. And I mean, his name is very important because every time I talk to a sheriff deputy or a trooper, they always say something over the radio. And he used to get madder than hell because he'd call back, shut up. You don't know what it's like up there. The hell's his name? We called the state police. We had 8 kids up there on the property. Young kids, teenagers, they were 18, 19, whatever. Very nice kids, though. Well, we blocked them in, called the state police. 2 cars came up. They were up there within 15 minutes. And they both got out. And when the one trooper knew it was the haunted house, the other one didn't.
Oh my God.
When we were talking about everything and telling the story, telling the kids, the cops were real nice about it. He got scared, literally big. Did you ever see how nervous Rodney Dangerfield is? That's how this guy.
God.
Hey, what I don't want to be around here. You know what I mean? And they left. They told the kids, we don't come to your house in Buffalo and trespass on your property. You shouldn't be up here trespassing. They were nice. The kids were nice. We let them stay a while. They left. We called for more trespassers that came up that were a little bit more troublesome.
God.
This cop came. Both of them came back again. But the cop, I can't think of his damn name. It's killing me. He rode with the other cop. He left his car all the way down by the hanging tree, quarter mile away. And rode up with the other cop, would not drive his car up because Angel's brother had the K2 meter and stuck it in his car. And he knew because of all the electronics, it would go off. And when he stuck it in his car, he said, "Oh, look, Mom, there must be ghosts in this cop car because look at the meter's going crazy." He would not drive his car on that property again. Those two are the most scared. Dennis Jones or Mark Jones, he'll go in the house by himself. He don't care. He's not afraid of nothing.
Yeah.
What the hell is his name?
Well, I find my saying it. Charlie's wife is sensitive to that sort of thing. I wonder what she would think if she went to she would pick up on.
Yeah, Charlie's
the dandy house.
We've talked about this. But hey, Charlie, tell your wife, May, what's the dates again? Link. 13th, 14th, 15th.
I think I don't have a calendar. I gotta find one.
You booked the house and don't know when.
It's always
sometime in May, okay?
And
that's what he usually tells me too.
He loves to do this to me. He can't give me a minute's notice. Mother's Day. I'm hoping to get in on Mother's Day and set up cameras so that the 15th when I check in.
Oh, goodness.
So 15th, 16th, and 17th.
Leaving on the 18th by noon.
What?
Leaving by the 18th on noon.
Okay. Now, yeah, whatever. Charlie, and hi back to her. The 15th, 16th, and 17th, Link will be here from Wisconsin. And we will be live streaming on the Dandy page, the Dandy House page on Facebook. We might be live streaming on this channel too.
Yeah.
Because I'm taking a laptop up. I'm going to see if Angel will let me borrow her laptop. I don't know if she will or not. What is that cop's name?
Of course she will. It would be interesting to go to the Buffalo or wherever and go through the archives and find all the articles that were written, all the contemporary articles that were written about the Dandy House.
Well, Bob Curran wrote about the house, and he wrote about it every week in the Buffalo Evening News. He had a little article about the Dandy House every week, and that's the one thing I told when Clara, in her diary form of her book, she had a couple of the dates wrong, because even though it was in diary form, she didn't write it every day. She'd write it and then think, okay, this happened. Wait a minute, that day, and I told her you had this date wrong. She said, I knew I had a few dates wrong because I let it slide for a week at times. But it's the form that she wrote the book was great. It didn't really matter if the dates were exact or not, because this stuff happened. And if that cop's name doesn't come to me, it's going to kill me.
Yeah, she said something, I think it was at the end of the book, and I don't know if it was the first book or the second book. She said the
books are the same. The books are the same. There's only like 500 word difference.
Okay. But she said something about the sum of the total was more than the individual occurrences added up. Like they would both add up to be the same. But when you sit back and reflect, it was believable.
Yeah.
And that's what she meant. And I couldn't have said it better. The sum of the total or something. It was unbelievable way that she worded that. But it's because when you're listening to the doors make a noise, when you see something that way, you don't, like when I saw the lights going off,
Dave Kinzer.
I wouldn't have thought nothing, but when you sit 10 years later, when you reflect on everything you had to deal with, oh my God,
His name was Dave Kinzer.
Kinzer?
Dave was driving me nuts.
ED. You're such an ED.
Well, you were talking
that
about
I don't
ED.
I liked her wording, and I'm sure you remember reading that, because that would have been something that stuck out in your head.
In the epilogue?
Yeah, I think maybe it was at 3 a.m. I don't know.
I don't think I buy that 3 a.m. witching hour crap. I don't.
No, I don't. No way. I mean, yes, but no. It happens all the time. So yes, something's going to happen at 3 a.m. Yes, because it's 24/7.
Not too long ago, I also got a call from an old friend, Paul. He was back in Olean and was writing his own book about the house. I welcomed the addition of another testimony, and when I read it, realized it filled in a few holes in my memory. He told me things I hadn't known. It's called You Know They're Here. The title is in reference to something Laura said to Paul when she realized he knew there were spirits in the house. As I said, I always called Laura my fey daughter.
Yeah.
I just opened up a page and saw your name there. That's why I read that.
She was such a sweetheart. And I wish I'd been able to keep contact with her over the years before she passed away.
Yeah. That's bad.
Anyway, it would be interesting. I think it would be interesting to find the contemporary newspaper articles about the house, even if they were written over a year or two.
I think
it'd be interesting to read if he has them, Father Alphonsus's, if he kept a diary or a journal or whatever about what he experienced, and if that is in the archives at St. Bonaventure, and if that would be accessible.
Is that a truckload? I think that's a truckload, Paul.
Hang on a minute. My brain's working. I think
it's a truckload.
I think I have a couple of letters that I can reach right now if I were to walk upstairs. I think they're sitting on the top.
Next stream, Paul.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah,
tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow, I got a
Okay.
crazy day tomorrow.
Next
But all
week.
next week,
Yeah.
next week, I'm going to be here alone.
Oh,
So you'll want to stream probably.
Huh?
You'll probably want to stream.
Yeah. Tomorrow I'm going to do a little grocery shopping. Go over to my guitarist's house after we have lunch at Angel's mom's. I'll do those two things and come here and spend some time with her. And then she leaves. Her and Tim are going to leave Monday. And the kids are going to go to Nana's house, Tim's mom's house. Be picked up for school there, and they'll go back to. I think Sophia is. I don't know every day or not. I'll have to ask her.
How far away? How far away is that?
A half hour from here, 20 minutes.
Oh,
20
same.
minutes.
Oh, okay.
But the school bus goes up to her house too, because the Portville school takes kids all the way up to Elder, Pennsylvania, and everything, because you don't have to live here to go to school here.
Oh,
Thank you, Donald Trump. But I think I've got a couple letters from you. Hey, don't start.
I'm not. I'm going to finish with you. I'm not going to start with you.
But see, they couldn't have. They couldn't live where they couldn't live.
I don't keep talking about the Dandy House. I don't want to talk about.
Save that for May.
A different stream. I found a whole bunch of stuff on the Dandy House about a month ago, going through more crap, trying to find more coins and shit. And I've got one Bob Curran's article up there. Bob Curran's Corner, it was called, Bob Curran's Corner. And he had some good insights in the house. And he also contacted Father Al, and he talked to Father Al and all kinds of stuff. And he told the story of Father Al being contacted 50 years prior. And that really made John O'Brien mad, who was married to Elizabeth McMahon.
Right.
Because he came to my book signing and he was mad. Who was he mad?
Yeah, that's all supposed to be hush hush.
No, they said it was a loving and caring family house.
Yeah, they lied when the Dandies got on the paper, and then the grandmother, whoever, wrote back and chastised the Dandies, saying, "Oh, that never happened." That's all a lie.
They did too. They wrote two letters, to both sisters.
Yeah.
They both wrote letters to Father Al and to the newspaper.
Well, why would they lie about it if there was some sort of activity there when they were there? Why would they say?
Was it shameful back then? I don't know.
How many years did they own the house prior to the Dandies?
100.
Almost 100. They owned it until 1960.
Okay. And when they lived there, when that last generation lived there, that would have been 50s, 60s, 40s, 50s, 60s.
Yeah.
But this was somebody that was older that was chastising the Dandies in the paper. I thought it was the Hinsdale paper.
Shit. I am so brainless. This won't take but a minute, Cassie.
I swore that Clara said the Hinsdale paper. I didn't think it was Buffalo. That's too far away.
Yeah, Charlie, I think you're right.
Mm-hmm.
It's an article by Cassie.
Why? You think people are going to think you're crazy? Well, I don't know.
Well, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Was that yeah.
Do I have to go to St. Bonaventure? I can't remember. I can't remember Cassie's last name, but I thought if I just typed in Cassie. Oh, never mind. I used it C. It's with a K.
I mean, it used to be when you had a female was pregnant, she would have to get out of the small community and go to a big city and have the kid. I mean, that wasn't long ago. Nowadays, everybody just has them right out on the street, you know.
Shit. Well, I thought I could find.
Thank you, Donald Trump.
Yeah, Donald. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, grab what was that? Grab something. Yeah. How proud we are. Mm-hmm.
I thought I could find Cassie's story because I think she also has a map with that property that I was telling you about. And she said the deed that we all have is wrong. She did some more research and found
Right.
more stuff within
Oh,
the true story of who lived there when and everything. But the
That'd be-
deed that I have, a McMahon owned the house from 1873. McMahon's name was on the deed from 73 through 1960 something. And there was only about a 6-month period when someone who didn't have the last name McMahon lived there. So
Could
you're
have still been a
talking
relative.
really 100
Yeah.
years.
right.
The McMahon family lived there. God dang it, I can't find this article.
Well, I mean, my mother still lives in the family house. They've had it for 50 years, so that's not having the same house in a family for 100 years is not
Right.
ridiculous. And back then, it was a very agrarian,
Mm-hmm.
right, agricultural community. So it's not like you had people coming in and out like you would in an apartment building in Buffalo or Syracuse or.
See, like here, history lurking within the shadows at the Hinsdale House, and that's the title, WGRZ TV in Buffalo, with legends of a hanging tree, a pond that has claimed at least one life. There's nobody
There's no.
died in that goddamn pond.
Right.
The pond was only there from 1960, the end of 69
Mm-hmm.
until now. Everybody thinks the pond has been there all these years. No, it hasn't. There was a barn that stood right where the pond is.
So the barn burned down, or they tore it down, or just
Donna Reese, the Reese Real Estate, had the barn torn down, so they could put. She put a pond on every parcel of land she bought.
Really?
And she owned everything up there. She owned just about everything in that area for years and years.
And you say that pond is like 8 feet deep. It's rather deep. It's not like a goldfish pond.
Pardon?
It's not like a goldfish pond. It's a deep pond.
No, it's a good sized pond.
So they knew right where to put it because it naturally replenishes itself, right?
Mm-hmm.
It does. Yep, it comes down right past the spring because the spring comes into the pond.
Oh, that's how the water collects there. Okay.
There's a runoff at one side of the pond.
Huh.
And if you remember, I think it's in Clara's book, where her dog had dug up bones that looked like bones off the side of the pond.
And she thought they were deer bones, so she just threw them away. She wishes she'd had them analyzed. Yeah, I remember that part. Yeah.
Dan recently was on a live stream and said that he had divers in the pond and they had found I thought he said femur. Now, that doesn't mean somebody died in there. That might mean that more people were buried on the property under the barn, in the barn, and where the bone wasn't.
Before there was a barn.
Oh yeah, or in the barn, and then when the barn was tore down and dug up, the bone just didn't get moved.
There should still be a lot of barn wood in the pond.
You would think.
Yeah, because Donna didn't want to spend the extra money for haul away.
Wow.
So just like some of the small cabins and things she knocked down, she'd knock them into the basement if they had a basement. Take the larger pieces and everything else stayed.
That's why I said it'd be interesting to metal detect that property and magnet fish, just even if you find the old metal spikes or something, or hinges or whatever from the barn. I don't know what you do with them. Maybe Dan would want them as a little display or something.
He said we could metal detect, but everything found, was the houses, which I understand.
See, another reason to come up, Charlie. You have permission to metal detect this 150, well, no, almost, $150 property. Virgin ground.
Older than that, because there was, if the stagecoach run did go through there, I've yet to see the proof with my own eyes. If it went through there and behind the house and connected with Emerson Road, it would be back from 1840s. That might be a good thing, Charlie. You don't go back.
I don't think you moved to Pennsylvania, just over the border.
Yeah, Pennsylvania's only 15 minutes from here.
I think Charlie said he lived in Pennsylvania at one point. No, boy, if you do something in August for like a 50th anniversary of your setting foot in the property, I would love to be able to just go there and
Yeah.
I don't know.
celebrate it with you.
I really don't know what to do. You know, Dan said have a shindig. People will come. I don't want to. I don't want it to be that kind of a thing. I don't want it to be a woohoo! Look what's happening.
No, just to get
I
together.
just want it to be something that, because Calera still means a lot to me, and my God, we've been friends for 50 years. With a lot of time in between that we hadn't talked because we lost contact when she moved to San Jose, California, and I moved from Phoenix to Mesa to Scottsdale to Snowflake to Prescott. I had property in Prescott, Arizona, and Phoenix at the time. So I was back and forth, and I met Travis Walton from Fire in the Sky. Oh boy, he's a kook.
You would be too if you were molested by whatever.
Aliens?
Yeah. Yeah. Good God.
Cassie. Oh, I can never remember her name. I remember Dave Kinzer's name, but I can't remember Cassie's last name.
And who's Cassie?
She's the one that did more research on the house, and she found some pretty serious corrections in the deed.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
She found other people's names that didn't belong, which I don't understand because the McMahons said, I mean, all of the McMahons said they owned the property, the last ones that were still alive for just under 100 years. You know, I guess 10 years would be just under 100. Well, it would be just under 100 years because they actually owned it until 69. And if it was built in 71 and they took over in 73, that's pretty damn close to 100 years.
What I don't understand is why did Dan have to buy it on a land contract when I'm sure.
You know what? I don't even know if Dan did buy it on a land contract. Did he talk them into buying the house and property outright?
Because he said that if he digs oil, it's in the video with the Pearl show. He said if he digs oil, he's got to give them half.
So they do own the
because it's a land contract. And I'm like, okay, well, didn't the McMahons own it? Didn't they get it paid off in 500 years that they owned it?
Well, yeah, they did.
I don't like this. The story doesn't. I don't.
Of course, the McMahon. Right. Listen, of course, the McMahons owned it, and they sold it to Donna. She's always sold all of her properties on a land contract because she don't want to give up the land.
Oh, that's what happened.
You own the house. You have use of the property. You can do whatever you want, but you'll never get the property from Donna Reese.
Right.
And she's now gone. She passed away with a golf club.
So sorry to hear
the golf club. Yeah. She was playing golf, I assume not.
No, that was her walking stick. That's what she used for a walking stick.
So in that case, you buy the physical structure.
But you don't own the land.
Does that I hope that means you're paying considerably less for the property.
Well, when I was offered to buy the house, and I wish the hell I had, and I didn't, because he said, I don't want a down payment, just pay me a monthly rent on the land contract and it's yours. And I should have done it because it was only 200 and something at that time.
That's a lot of money.
When Dan bought it, he bought it. And when Flo and Joe bought it, they were there for 21 years. And they had it on a land contract. So they owned the house, but they didn't own the land. They could do what they wanted with the land, including building, but they would have to get a permit from Donna to any changes to the property, but she
Yeah.
owned the mineral, like Charlie was saying, mineral rights. The same thing with Pennsylvania, mineral rights, and the is separate from real estate value or some property. So I own this house. Say we own this house, don't own any backyard. Somebody else owns the mineral rights. They don't here, but they do with the Dandy house.
Okay.
So if you want to live there and say I don't like my landlady, you got to move the fucking house.
Get a really big U-Haul.
That's why I call it a rental, because I don't know.
It basically is when you're on a land contract, you're renting, even though you own it when the mortgage is paid off. You own the land, you own the house. You don't own the land, which means that person can come in and build a goddamn golf course in your front yard.
Interesting.
Then your house would be worth more.
Is that?
There's 8 acres, but I can't see that worth 200. There's no way.
200 what?
You said that they wanted to sell it for 200?
No,
To you.
no. Donna Reese's daughter wanted to sell it for 405,000, ghosts included. She had it on-
400.
She's a nut. That's all. Don't worry about it. She's dead too. KG Reese offered me the house for 30,000 flat out. And that's I think what Dan got it for, or less. It's
With
only
the 8 acres.
Yeah, with the 8 acres, it was only appraised at 9,000.
Right. That sounds a lot better, because the walls were gone, the windows were gone, blah blah blah.
I suppose.
Yeah. Because the house across the way, which is a nice house, was rated at 75,000 last year.
That's a beautiful house. You should see the inside. Well, you saw the inside in the pictures.
Mm-hmm.
You should have bought it and went to Cattaraugus County.
Yeah.
Then you wouldn't have to be.
At
You wouldn't be
75,000, you
looking
could buy it and retire.
You wouldn't be
I know.
living in a four. You could have sold your house for 400,000 and bought that for 75.
I know.
Don't rub it in, Paul.
But when I went to the restaurant and ate by myself, and it came to me to look up Hinsdale property on my cell phone as I was waiting for my perch dinner, it was already too late, because apparently someone had bought it already.
Yeah, they bought it quick.
But it looked like it was for sale online. So yeah.
It was only on the market for 3 months.
Yeah. I just don't know why I did that. I don't know why.
And you had that whole driveway. That driveway is 500 yards long. That driveway would have been yours.
It's
You could walk-
water over the dam now.
In the spring or in the fall and in the winter, you could look right across the fields and see the Dandy house from your deck.
You could see the dizzy bitch spinning
Yeah, you could see her
around.
spinning across
Oh,
the lawn.
Link, come on.
And then I can see all the people that aren't walking down the road and through the field, probably through the front yard, because I have a sneaking suspicion that's where they go.
And the other thing is, if somebody were down there trespassing, you could go down in your Cadillac and tell them to get the hell out of there.
Get off my land.
Why can't I take the Dodge Ram? What's the matter with that?
You could be just like Fi. You could go down there and threaten them. You better get off this land.
My land. Yeah. Can't you see the sign? No.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what Dan would want for the house if he sold it.
I don't want to know, because it's a business now and it's $2 million.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
You think?
God, yes.
He would get it too.
Really?
He would get it.
I think
That's why I kicked myself in the ass for a $260 a month payment.
200, yeah. That's pretty good. But the house needed a lot of work back then.
I have to show you one thing.
You're not going to strip. Oh, shit.
But if he valued the house at $2 million, right? He would have to show that that's a reasonable valuation based upon whatever income. he's not making $2 million a year.
No, he's
not-
not. But over a period of, maybe it's based on over a period of 10 years. I don't know how businesses are sold, but I think when you do the math of 350 a day times 365,
I don't know.
what is, I don't have my, where's that calculator?
That's
I know it's here. It
seems
was
high
here
to
a
me,
minute
but
ago.
I don't know.
This is gonna make you shit.
I don't have to shit. I don't have ED. I don't have to shit. Calculator.
Just forget about your phone, your thing, and watch this for a minute.
365 times
Budget
350.
Envelopes, all right.
He's not paying attention.
127750. 130,000 a year. Is maximum if it was rented every day.
You need to listen and watch.
I can't see it myself.
Okay, it says budget envelope.
Okay.
His little black book.
Cost 23 cents, by the way, back then.
At
That was when
Kmart?
God was a boy, right?
I asked Claire about this. I
Was
asked
at
Claire about
Woolworths.
Budget. I wish she'd come up on my big screen.
Hang on. Why am I not doing
Weekly,
this?
monthly.
Okay, now I got you.
There we go.
Weekly, monthly expense for
Rent $70. Gas
Look at the date.
19. Is
I
that
can't
yours?
This
Or is
is
that-
Clara's.
Because Clara's. Oh, interesting.
1970.
This is Clara's book.
Yes, September.
I told her I had it. Hang on. I can't figure how to get me the hell out of this big thing.
What are you doing with her financial books?
I found this in the attic when the guy fell through the ceiling when somebody was trying to break in and find stuff.
And
That's
why
what-
would she throw it up there? I bet she didn't.
She didn't throw it up there. It was in their stuff that they didn't take with them. There was a couple boxes she didn't take, including Beth's diary.
So that's from when she was living in Buffalo.
Beth's diary was found by I'll tell you his name in a minute. He did the webisodes on the house. What a joke of a program that was. He did the webisodes. I'll find it for you and I'll send you both links to it. He found it and he took it with him to say he was a Bonaventure student at the time. And he hid it underneath the Mother Mary statue at the university.
Oh my
And when he
God.
went to go back to get it, it was gone. Now it's here. But Beth's diary is gone. He couldn't find that. And somebody else,
Oh my
or
God.
do I have it? No, I don't have it.
No.
Somebody found a letter from Beth to one of her girlfriends while she was going to Hinsdale High School. They found that in the wall.
How would that get there?
I told Clara about this and she said, I do not want that thing. $70 is what they paid a month for that house. To Donna Reese.
Oh, they were living there in 70?
Yeah, 1970s when they moved in.
Oh, I thought it was 73. Okay.
No, the book kind of starts.
Well,
20.
73 is when I met him.
Okay.
I think she starts the book in 73 and then she backs up. It's
Yeah, when they first moved in, yeah.
I think she
Gotcha.
starts it in 73 or something and then backs up. I think it's
Well, you mentioned how would the letter get in the wall?
Doesn't
she say that one of the insidious things that happened was that money was missing? And
Lots
it
of
was a
things,
problem
yeah.
not only because they weren't making a lot of money, but because you started second guessing yourself and you started maybe blaming other people. And that was that's interesting.
Yeah.
At least that's how she interpreted it.
By the way, Link, what's her name? The one that wanted to do the podcast with me?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I haven't. So let's do it together. I haven't read the email.
Uh-oh.
She sent me another email.
Oh, goodness.
Oh shit! Where is it? It should be in my primary. gee, somebody just sent me a. Okay, forget about that.
Hmm.
Hang on a second. This will be the last thing I do anyhow. It's oh shit. It can't be under updates. I don't want to have to go through updates. I get Jesus Christ. I get so much freaking stupid email. No, it was in primary. Let me go back to primary, but she sent it twice. She sent me a new message. You think it would be with the other one too? You think it would just? I just noticed it today when I went to my email. Now I can't find it. Why can't I find it? Right, back to February 18th. There's a royalty statement from my book. Oh, you know what I'm making on my books now?
I don't know if I want to know this. It's not going to be good.
It's a goddamn joke. 86 cents a copy. $17 book. I make 86 cents.
Oh my God.
Yep. 20 years
Just wait
from
till
now.
this next one comes out, Paul.
Well, I'm gonna start. Damn it! Where is this email? I'm gonna start marketing. Probably late May, early May, middle of May, and give a. I got to get with Kindle Direct Publishing to see exactly how I do a pre-sale or how not a pre-sale, but well, I guess it would be a pre-sale. I got to probably make some kind of arrangement with them so they know that it's actually going to be there, which it will be. But I'll have to send them a thing so I can set up a date for order now for a release date of such and such. Because once I get the proof into them, and I'll be doing all the editing for Kindle. It's going to be on Kindle too, and I don't think I'm going to make a hard copy. I don't think there's any reason for that.
Did I just hear you? Did you just say it's not going to be in a hard copy?
It's going to be softback. It's not going to be a paperback. It's not going to be a hard copy.
Okay, as long as it's on paper.
Oh yeah. I'm not going to do that. Damn.
Gosh,
No, he's going to write it in Braille.
No, I meant that's crap you have to buy on the internet, and then you lose it when your computer breaks, like all the other stuff nowadays.
Oh my God, I've lost so much stuff.
I know. I don't like this. I like buying records. I like buying books. I don't want this electronic crap. And when I buy it, I want it there 50 years from now.
I can't damn believe that I can't find this stupid. I'm all the way back to. Oh my God, I'm in December. It just came. It just came in the last couple of days.
So if you're going to publish this yourself, then when you get your computer fixed, you can put that 1,000-page book back together and sell it.
No, there's so much fluff in that book.
Oh,
Not about the house, about me and my band and all that crap. Bobby asked me if I could knock it down, cut some parts out. It's too big. 1,077 pages. Jesus Christ, it was twice as much as what I wrote.
okay. I didn't know it was about you getting your hair cut. I mean,
It was. Actually, you know what? I talked about that too. Here, let me come back to you so I can see it. I brought this up when my brother got married, which was years before that. My brother got married. I had hair down to here because I was in a rock band. And I went to my uncle Johnny Martinelli, who was a barber. And I said, I want to trim. Well, before I got there, my dad told me, you cut that fucking hair off. So he cut it. And he cut it short, but not real short. But he went, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. And you know what? I have his scissors that he gave me, those scissors, like, I don't know, 15 years ago. Gave me the scissors he cut my hair with. I'm surprised he remembered. Our lights just flashed.
Well, it is past midnight here.
It is?
Yeah, it is here too, yeah.
And I am about to doze off.
I want to thank you guys for coming on.
Oh, it was fun. And too bad we had to do a 2-part stream.
Yeah.
That knucklehead.
Yeah. We probably would have got more stuff talked about if we didn't have to.
But if you want to stream next Saturday, I should be around if you have those whatever
Yeah,
you wanted to show us, Paul, the documents or the
I'll find those papers too. Maybe I
Yeah.
can find some more.
interesting to read.
I have permission to go to the archives of Olean Times Herald. Maybe I can find all the different stories that came out there too, including the day I bought the Fountain of Youth with a big picture on the front page.
Oh, that'd be
Wow.
interesting too. Yeah.
Oh my God. How old am I?
It doesn't matter
71.
how old you are.
So
It
it'd be
really doesn't.
49 years ago. Well, no, 49 years. No, it got to be 50, no matter what. you
Right.
look at.
It's got to be before that. All right.
All right, I'm going to get. Charlie,
Thank
thanks
you.
for coming in here tonight. Silver Ball, always good to
Yeah.
see you. And next time I'm going to label this stream about the house because that's what we're going to talk about. Maybe I'll call Clara and see if she'll come on.
Oh God.
Just
You never
voice-
know.
Just with her mouth. She don't need to be seen.
Oh, right.
There's nothing to it. I'll have to get her son-in-law over to help her.
Really.
She won't
To hold the
argue.
phone?
How to get on StreamYard? She ain't gonna know how.
Oh, I thought you meant just voice.
Or just call her and record the call and then play it back.
Every
on
time I
StreamYard.
ask her, she's too tired, but then she keeps me on the phone for 3 friggin' hours.
Right. Yeah.
She doesn't
Is she a
know
night
the
person
time.
though?
Huh?
Is she a night person? Is she going to be up
Oh,
at 10,
no,
11?
God. No, she's in bed by shit. I forgot about that. She's usually in bed at 8 o'clock.
So just call her and record it and then.
So 8
whatever.
o'clock. 8 o'clock here. I mean,
Oh,
8
that's true
o'clock
too.
in
Oh, that's right. That's 11 o'clock here. Are you 3 hours in Oregon or 2?
That'd be 3.
Yeah.
Okay, well then there you go. I'll tell her. I'll call you at 6 o'clock. That's 9 o'clock. I'll call her at 5. That's 8 here.
Yeah.
There you
I'll
go.
just call her.
That's for 3 hours, right?
She's gonna turn me down, but I'll call her and ask her.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. People have good days and bad days.
Call her and put the phone next to your microphone and
Yeah.
When I called her, what, 2 months ago, month and a half ago, she had COVID for the 4th time.
I don't know how. If she doesn't really go very many places,
She
I don't know
doesn't
how
go
much.
anywhere. She doesn't go anywhere at all.
Exactly. I don't get that.
I don't know. I guess because I don't know, because it's a contagious disease. You can get from a mouse now. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
I'm telling you, Paul, there was no mice in that house the day you asked me. That's
Goodbye.
all I know.
just
Take care.
little furry black balls with teeth.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't
those
know what the hell
nasty-
that was.
I'm thinking dust bunnies, but I don't know. All right.
All right.
See you later. Bye.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.